broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I give myself the creeps.
I'm just gonna do this.
Sometimes my
I'm playing the
mind
bass, you're playing the
plays
guitar.
on me.
Hello, we're rocking out. Thank you for joining us here at AfterBuzz TV's Modern Family After Show. He's going for it. This is Season 7, Episode 3, Closet Case. I'm your host, as always, Steve Kauffman. You can find me on Twitter at Steve Kauffman. That's Kauffmann, but I'm not alone. He's rocking out. If the people wanted to send you a gift of you doing that,
I'm gonna come with something every week for you guys. Fuck it, let's do it.
Where can they find you?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Khaliel Abooboo on both of them.
Sweet, we're done. we nailed it.
We're done. We're
That was the
home.
whole thing. No, we have.
Thanks for joining us.
We have a lot to talk about. This was a fun episode.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of. I mean, obviously you retread like the bigger arcs that you're not like the bigger character traits. You're not gonna like stop doing, but like fairly original takes. It was fun. Yeah. I didn't pick a. I'm gonna have to pick a line of the night.
Did you not have one?
I have many on my page. I didn't
okay.
pick one. I didn't remember to pick one until right this second.
Oh.
But I'll have one by the end of the night.
Okay, good. Because I have mine ready.
I was like, you're giving me that look of like, I did the homework.
I did the homework, guys.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? I don't know. Are you there? I don't know. But where would you like to start? Let's go.
We started the show with Cam and Mitch.
Okay.
And
my favorites.
It look and it looks like it was BOGO Lucky Charms they're feeding Lily.
Yeah.
Without the mushrooms at all?
That's okay, so in the hood, we are very familiar with cereal that you don't normally see on television. It's basically the same shape, same taste. It's just store brand, might come in a bag. They were lucky enough to have the box version, but
the box version of the
sometimes you can get the box version, but we typically go with the bag.
Well, because the box is expensive.
The box is very expensive.
Plastic is way cheaper than trees.
So much cheaper.
But we digress.
Yes.
Cam and Mitch are talking, and like obviously money's tight for Cam and Mitch.
Right.
And I feel like that's something we're gonna get into.
That's why they have the one without
the marshmallows, which is funny because I'd pay a lot of money for Lucky Charms with just marshmallows.
I couldn't eat Lucky Charms without the marshmallows.
Me either. I would get another. I would eat a better
Raisin Bran.
Right, Raisin Bran's fine.
Yeah,
but the story is, we'll get to Cam. We'll get to Cam later. But Mitch just got a job with closets.
Don't you say that last word.
I was going to say closets.
Oh, you said it.
Which, as we know in the Modern Family lore, was the gentleman who worked at Closets, stole the Rolodex from Jay.
He did. Thief.
Just a Rolodex thief. And now
very LA of him.
Very LA of him.
Very
just like
LA.
steal a Rolodex.
Steal a Rolodex. It's very LA.
Mitch gets offered the job. He clearly has to take it, but he's going to go talk to his dad. Comes to his dad and has one of my favorite lines of the night, which is, "You're the first one here. Come on and make yourself at home. I'll make you a drink." And he's like, "I'm not here for a party." He's like, "Good. I thought I forgot someone's birthday. I thought I'm old. People show up at 6. I just assume they've been invited."
He's funny.
And we just don't have food out.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much just like, that's a charlatan. That's a traitor.
Yeah.
You cannot work for that man.
I wouldn't mind being Jay when I grow up. Something to aspire to.
I think that's everyone's goal. Like,
with a nice wife,
I think I want to be Phil in the short. Like, I want to be me right now, but I want to be Phil when I'm a dad, and I want to be Jay when I'm a granddad. I think that's the path we all aspire to. because they're fictional characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you obviously can't be another person, but like if you can aspire to be Phil, if you can aspire to be Phil as a father.
Yeah.
And this
The cool dad.
I enjoyed this whole thing because Mitch comes in, talks to the guy. The guy takes a picture with him. The guy takes a picture with him, and then he like buries the hatchet. This is gonna be fine.
Yeah.
No, it is not.
Tricked him. Bamboozled him.
Bamboozled. Everything worse. They go in, and Jay was gonna wipe his deal all over his cigars, which I don't call it that.
I don't even know what that means.
Fair enough. It's a family show. If you don't know what that means, I'm not going to explain it.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then Mitch steals the Rolodex back. This was a fun.
He deserves it because I mean they've been talking about this Rolodex for a very long time now.
Yeah.
So for him to finally have it.
And the wordplay on closets.
Closets.
He was like, Dad, it was just closets. Oh, if you're working for Just Closets, that guy's a straight shooter.
Yeah.
That guy, you can deal with that guy. But that was fun. That was a nice, simple.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I anything with Cam or Mitch, either together or separately, I'm here for that.
Moving on to Dylan's shirt. Is it Cafe Gratitude in Los Angeles?
I've got some very interesting news for you today. Today, I was in a restaurant. It's called Cafe Gratitude, and I discovered that they created the love shirts with the V-neck, and the V says the part
the V
of
acts as the V.
Yeah. What he had another one that said Lover Boy. Yeah. So like apparently there's this restaurant.
Cafe Gratitude, I've been there. It's their chain. Like there are multiple.
Yeah, they have
there are
chains.
multiple Cafe Gratitudes.
Yeah. So I saw that when I looked it up on Google. But yeah. So they started the whole shirt thing, and Modern Family has amplified their shirts
A little bit.
Put them on a platform.
How long till you can go on ABC's website and buy those shirts?
I know.
And how many will you purchase?
Or whoever at Cafe Gratitude came up with those shirts better copyright them today. If he hasn't already. Well,
that's an idea. Copyright? That's an idea. You can't copyright an idea.
But no, you made a shirt. It's a design. So
that's not a design. It's text on a shirt. Like that's not a design. That's text on a shirt. I'm sure this show is very particular to not use the same text Cafe Gratitude is. Yeah. Probably not even the same style shirt. Like other than V-neck, like probably not the same cloth.
Maybe they were like, we use your shirt. You can cater for us on our shoots.
That could work. Could work. Or they could just cater. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not.
We won't get into the legalities of
I'm
it.
Not
but
Mitch.
If you would love to see someone in real life wear the shirt, go to Cafe Gratitude.
Oh, is Cafe Gratitude selling the shirt on their website? I think it's just their servers that wear the shirt.
Yeah, it was a server who was wearing the shirt when I went. It wasn't a random customer.
Excited either way. So, Dylan and Haley walk up to Phil and say, "We have something we need to ask you. Can Dylan live in the basement with me?" And she lives in the basement now. And for whatever reason, Phil initially was like, "Yeah, I'm totally cool with that."
Yeah.
And I do not understand why.
I think he just feels like he has no power. Hence the thing about the charger.
Yeah.
In his own home. So it's like you can do it or you can not do it. I don't have a say either way.
But I think it's one thing to know it's happening. It's another thing to see it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Phil learns. What Claire's trying to, and Claire was trying to be bad cop because that's the role she's normally cast in.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of does a double turn.
She plays good cop.
She plays good cop and screws Phil's plan all up. Mm-hmm. She's gonna be cooler than cool.
Frigid. I like that line a lot, actually. I thought that was really funny.
That was a fun line.
Mm-hmm. I thought she was going to say ice cold, hence the Andre 3000 song. Hey, yeah.
Shake it.
Yeah.
Shake it.
But she said frigid.
She said frigid. I enjoyed it. Yeah. We get a pretty satisfying resolution here.
Yeah, where she still ends up being
ends up being bad cop, but Phil still ends up blowing up. That's pretty much what we wanted.
Yeah. And then I liked it because he still won. He still got to be the cool one.
Yeah, he still got to sit down and be like, I tried what I can, guys.
Sorry,
guys.
sorry, I don't make the rules. Which I feel like is a typical husband and wife kind of thing.
I guess.
That's what I hear. I mean, I don't know. I've never been married.
Me either.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're burning through these topics right now. I think the reason we're so low energy right now is how we open the show at such a high energy that we're like we're both just like
talk and like focus.
We're both just like, whew, we are a little winded from that from that air guitar and air bass we were doing at the top of the show.
Send me a gif of it, guys. If you want.
I didn't go to a very big high school that had a lot of sports, let alone a cheerleading team. So I'm unaware if such a tradition actually exists in high school today.
Yeah.
But apparently at the high school that Manny goes to, all the football players get assigned a cheerleader, which means there's at least 32 cheerleaders, which seems like too many. That seems like 16 too many cheerleaders. But that's, I'm not in charge of these things. I didn't go to a big high school. And apparently they have to decorate their locker and kind of pair with that football player.
Right.
For like a week or two.
Right.
Which seems like the kind of sexist tradition that would never really happen in today's world.
I don't know. You gotta come down south. I could see him doing that.
Down south? Is that a down south thing?
It sounds like I haven't seen it myself, but it's something where like if you told me that you could tell me my old school was doing that, and I would believe it.
If you just a school, like a high school in Mississippi, you'd be like, no,
I believe it. Well, like I'm from South Carolina,
okay.
So like, you know, if you told me that we were doing that now, I would believe it. It doesn't shock me at all.
But a high school in Southern California?
Yeah.
That seemed...
Well, I don't know too much about high school out here, but still, yeah.
Yeah. Manny's just like, yeah, she hasn't done anything. And Gloria, like, freaks out. Of like, why isn't this girl...
Why aren't you decorating his lock? Oh, no, this is terrible. I'm not even going to do it.
Why aren't you decorating his locker?
His locker.
He's a sweet little boy. That's my Gloria.
Sexy Manny.
She tries to accost the cheerleader as Gloria would. Cam comes in, makes the stop, and tells her, "No, don't do that. Parenting isn't about intervening all the time. Parenting is about letting them grow, letting them love, letting them fail,
letting nature take its course,
letting them fail." And then he shows Gloria a live stream of it was sea otters, right?
Sea otters.
There were sea otters, and then there was one of them that was like just kind of a little trapped. And this is a nominee of mine for line of the night, which is, why is that sea otter not helping him and feeding him with confidence and fish like I do Manny? That was a nominee of mine for line of the night. And I guess she moves on.
Yeah.
She does not move on.
No, she does not move on.
What happened? What winds up?
So from there, she intervenes even more and comes to school with a box full of arts and crafts to decorate the locker. But what does she find when she gets there?
A decorated locker.
It's already decorated, and it looks gorgeous, if I do say so myself.
It looks like someone with a lot of flair and pizzazz and style decorated the locker.
And then we, what's his name comes out? Cam. Thank you. I was blanking for a second. Cam comes out, finds Gloria. I was about to call her Sophia.
I made that mistake in a note.
Finds Gloria again, and he's like, what are you doing? Parenting again? Intervening again? And then stops her, and then okay, yeah, I'm sorry, lost track. Then the cheerleader pops up and like, oh, you did his locker, this is great. And she's like, nope, it wasn't me.
Nope, wasn't me. It was. Who else has access to these lockers and cares about this tradition and has flair and pizzazz?
Cam.
It was Cam. Apparently Cam did 8 other lockers because this tradition's running on fumes.
He probably really enjoyed it.
I think he did.
He really enjoyed it. I think that's his
because that baby otter got pecked to death by an eagle. Nature is cruel. And that was another satisfying ending.
Hence the heat waves that we deal with. Nature's very cruel.
Yeah. And now we get to probably my favorite story. My favorite story of the night. Also, before we do, this show is free. The show is free. We do it for free. The way it stays free is you like us, rate us, subscribe to us on iTunes, share us, give us 5 stars. If you're listening to my voice through the chat live on YouTube right now, I'm normally in it. Right now, we're having Wi-Fi issues, so I'm not on the chat. But I'm normally very much there to respond and do all those things. Keep this podcast free. And that's worth mentioning. Yes, I don't know which. I'll just get it into your frame. Now we get to move on to Luke, who gets FaceTimed by Alex, and he says, "You're so lazy. Can't you just come downstairs?" Alex has been away to college for probably 4 weeks.
You know what? I suffer from that same thing with my family.
Really?
Yeah. People will like be on doing other stuff. My brother just went to college for his first time ever in life this semester. And I called home and I was like, "Hey, where's the boy?" And like, "Oh, right. He went off to school. He doesn't live there anymore." See? I mean, it happens.
Some people just get set in their world. That, like, I think the first 3 years, because I'm from Philadelphia, the first 3 years I moved out here, I would still come home for Christmas. It was probably the first 2 years. I would still come home for Christmas, which was fine, but it set a dangerous precedent that people who only ever saw me at Christmas didn't know I left. Or thought I came back. That it was just...
You went on vacation to California, right?
I lived there.
Moved to California.
But you were here last Christmas. We had the same conversation last Christmas as well. I live in another place, and I just come here for Christmas. Luke couldn't care less about Alex.
Yeah.
But he could care about Alex's not roommate, who we met 2 weeks ago, and I'm excited to see again, but her neighbor, hallmate. As a college RA, dormmate. I don't know.
Dormant
but Bria, I'm pretty sure. Bria, I'm pretty sure her name was, and she was changing on the FaceTime.
Attention.
That'll usually ignore you from your sister, who's probably going through some stuff.
Yeah, they're always.
But I mean, boobs though.
Yeah, exactly. My sister is always going through stuff, and she's 12 and she'll try to talk to me about it. I'm like, you have no stuff to go through.
Just the answer to all of your problems is stop being 12.
Exactly.
The answer to all your problems is be 14 and have actual stuff. But that would kind of discount. That would kind of discount their opinion. So you don't want to do that. Luke immediately sees a hot girl who's at Alex's dorm, calls up Manny and says, "Dude, boobs.
We got to go see him."
He said way more, but like essentially he said, "Dude, boobs."
That's how you get a man to do anything if you guys are paying attention.
And then called him over to Alex's college. Alex felt really, really excited that they both showed up to see her until she realized neither of them came to see her. They meet Bree and Bree's roommate. They talk it up. Luke is failing
miserably.
I thought Luke had more game than this.
No, he didn't surprise me at all.
Really?
He's the spawn of Phil. Makes sense for me.
No, but Phil has game though. No, he doesn't. Never. Well, I love the low tone. Phil does not have game.
Phil does not have game.
But what happened? But essentially, Manny finds a way to relate and connect with them, and they're like pretty much, we haven't made out with dudes since we got to college, which, if you're following the timeline, it's been 3 weeks.
All right.
Hold the phone, girls. Okay, this is college RA, Steve. I was a college RA at Temple University in Philadelphia, who are currently 4-0 in the NCAA, just saying. And I dealt with a lot of women in that particular situation that they were 18, first time away from home, and they thought like everything has to happen right now. And most of my job as a mentor was, no, like everything's going to happen between now and the future.
Right.
Don't try to make it all happen in fall 2010. Because you don't need to.
It's a family show, so we keep it light.
Yeah, but I'm not saying particulars, but I'm saying everything.
Right.
Everything needs to happen, and I think that's a good way to get your stomach pumped. And then have me fill out a bunch of paperwork.
We got a nominee for one of my favorite lines.
You're gonna take mine. Yep.
Oh,
I think that was going to be my favorite line. We'll get there.
Never mind.
Well, actually, I think we're there anyway for the Modern Family show line of the week.
Okay, so go with yours.
Mine, which happens right here, is due to. I wrote it down.
Yeah. In
accordance with campus regulation, I'm giving you my consent.
I got a good one out of that.
That's my favorite line of the night. What is yours?
Mine was actually the very beginning, and that was the first subject we tackled, so I had to kind of act like I didn't want to talk about it when I really wanted to talk about it. Is when the first line that comes out of Lily's mouth is, "Where's the little leprechaun?" And I love the double entendre that took on.
Yep.
Like,
where's the little leprechaun? Oh, he's getting ready for work.
Yeah.
That was fun. It's a two-part. It's all one line. I like
the double entendre there. I thought it was really funny.
Because the fun of this game is it needs to stand by itself. Like, it needs to stand alone as a line.
Yeah.
That, like, we'll read it back weeks from now and go, no, that's just really funny. Mm-hmm. Like the rent line from last week that I thought was the funniest line of the show last week. Just saying. But let us know in the comments and tweet at us.
What's your favorite line?
What's your favorite line from this week, from this show ever, from this season?
Or that either one of us said. If we said a favorite line.
Yeah. It could just be a, hey, cosign.
Yeah.
You don't even have to tell me any context. Well, just tweet at me.
I meant like something you said.
Or a funny line I said in this show.
Yeah.
Or you could just cosign. Like, a lot of times people just tweet at me and say cosign with no context whatsoever. I assume they're listening to one of these podcasts.
Right.
And I said something they agree with and they just go cosign. And I just say thank you. I appreciate that.
It's nice.
And I appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you being here. I couldn't do this without you.
I couldn't do this without you.
Oh, you're too sweet.
And Nicholas Grava couldn't be here this week.
Nick Less.
I
actually got that one from my guy over here.
I said that.
He said it.
I said that, but I was trying to go pun-free.
No.
I was trying to go pun-free this episode, and it did not happen.
So tweet him, Nick Less.
Tweet at Nicholas Grava, #Nick Less.
Yes.
And you guys can find me at Steve Kauffman. That is KAUFMANN, #ABTV Modern Family, to talk about this show. And I do a lot of other shows here at AfterBuzz TV that I tweet about fairly regularly, including The Muppets, which was the most lateral to this one.
That was me being a Muppet. Don't GIF that one. GIF the other one. All right. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Khaliel Abooboo, and I do a lot of other after shows here, and I always tweet them, so, hit that follow button, and you'll know about everything.
And for Nicholas Grava, who's not with us here tonight, thank you guys so much for watching the Modern Family After Show, and we'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.